Hello, good morning, my viewers. Today again, we want to present to you a video again about accident because it's really a big concern and we cannot assume. So if there's a problem, must be talked about it and then be solved. So today the topic is that road traffic accidents is a huge burden to Kenyan economy and healthcare services. Well, let's try to understand how actually it affects the people. But before I proceed, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so that when we present the new video, you will be the first one to watch it. So what you do, just have to press on the bell and then share with your colleagues so that actually we can learn together and remain safe. Okay, let us try to see what expert says. Road traffic crashes was a huge burden on Kenyan economy and healthcare services. Currently, interventions are sporadic and coordinated and ineffective. Very true. Approximately 3,000 people are killed annually on Kenyan road. A fourfold increases on the road fatalities has been experienced over the last 30 years. More than 75% of the road traffic casualties are the economically productive youths, adults, pedestrians, and passengers. And most vulnerable, they account for 80% of the deaths. Buses and matatus are the vehicles most frequently involved in the fatal crashes. Very true. That is our idea. That's where we are. That's where we want to invest in, and that's where our vision is. So, how do you proceed with our vision? What is the impediment? The impediment is that we have a bad culture, right from the people, and right from the regulators also, because regulators are supposed to come with management buy-in, say that actually we're killing so many people and now we have to change this idea. What can we do? They can look at an organization. We are here, if they can hear us, so that we can manage road traffic accidents in Kenya, because we are not new in these things. We can implement it effectively. We have been managing accidents, risks. We have been working in high-risk areas and have been managing risks and accidents. So we can really do a lot, and actually that's where our vision is. So what is needed to be done so that we move forward instead of wasting time talking and actually doesn't help? As we are doing, I'm trying to educate people so that they can watch and understand. But for the regulators, they have also to move in and then move faster to implement a system which is actually live, iterative, so that we can continue learning together. So let us go to the stages which we have to go through so that we can ensure that our people are safe. Currently, we are on the pathological stage, whereby who cares as long as I have not been caught. So go to the road, you will see people driving carelessly, people using phones. That's a pathological behaviors. Police, even they're passing on the police. Sometimes police, they don't care, or they're overwhelmed because of their few, and all the problems are there on the road. Vehicle are doing accidents. After doing the accident is when we intervene, which actually is intermittent and cannot help us. And then we go to a situation which is known as a reactive, whereby safety is important, and we do a lot every time we have an accident. We only react when we have an accident. Is when we move in to react and do something, and then after accident we forget everything, and we forget all those people who got accidents. They suffer. Some of them, they die at home. We only announce the number which is which actually we saw involved in the accident. And then from that place, we go to what you call calculative. We have a system in place managed by all hazards. So in Kenya, we do not have even the system itself. So we are very low. So we have to move and we have to develop the system on a calculative, so that actually after moving the system, we create the system so that we actually incorporate everyone, and then we move to proactive, whereby we can bring everybody on the boards with shared values so that we can move together and we work on the problems that we still find. So we collect all the risks, we investigate the situations, we put the improvement, and then after coming up with shared values, people will be willing to come and actually report everything by themselves. They take care on the road so that actually everything happens. And the stage is called a generative stage, where now everything is done in the safety way. Everybody thinks in terms of the safety. So the system is really, really very important. We shall have to apply to look at the ergonomics. We have to look at the psychological safety. There are so many things to be brought together. So you cannot actually identify anything to concern about the human factors really cause an accident. So If you have the knowledge yourself and you know how to control yourself, that one is actually a very important stage. It's called elimination stage, which is very, very good, so that we eliminate all the hazard which is going on. And then also we have the near misses. Near misses can just be on the, the hazards can be on the road somewhere waiting just to interact with it. Go to the road, you'll find potholes on the road, no signs to show people. So bumps is put somewhere, there's no sign. All those things actually contribute to accident. So we have to change the mind of the people, and both the regulators and the people themselves, they have to work together to change their mind so that we can move together to save the country. Actually, we cannot be wasting resources on the accidents, because it has been happening for over 30 years, and actually 30 years is a very long time. A kid who was born in 30 years time actually now is an old person, and the regulators and the people, we must come together so that we form a system which can serve the people. Thank you very much for listening to me. With us, we have a vision in avoiding the accidents and getting a system that actually will going to control the accidents, and actually we call upon all leaders to come together to support us so that actually we can make our country safe, because losing life is very, very painful, and actually a lot of family are suffering there in their homes, and actually no one is helping them, and actually we cannot be wasting resources because everybody is looking for the resources. So let's come together and we save our country from road traffic accident. Thank you very much for listening to us. As usual, we are presenting this one from Safety for You Limited. Our vision is to manage the risks so that we reduce the incidents in the country. Thank you very much and have a good morning.